Throat's a bit funny. I don't know where that's from. It's a little husky. I should record podcast immediately. So 2 days left in the office, well, 2.5 left in the office before I travel. On Saturday, heading off to the Mara for 4 nights, then Serengeti for 4 nights, South Africa, Johannesburg 1 night, and then off to Sabi Sabi for 4 nights. Great combination. Combining East Africa, South Africa is always great because of the photographic, God, I'm dying here, experiences and the differences between it, which is awesome. In between, I started writing my newsletter this morning. I'm going to talk a little bit about cognitive distortions and the things we believe and say in our heads that we kind of feed the way we see the world, and most of those are negative and bad for you. So that's in Friday's newsletter. Then I'm thinking ahead, next week Friday, so I'm going to be in, where am I going to be next Friday? Serengeti. So I'm going to see on the planes rides if I can get a little bit ahead, but probably next Friday, not a newsletter, just depending, or it might just be a much shorter one. Other than that, yeah, coaching clients in between, planning trips forward, it's just all good, eh? Been doing a bit of a deep dive again into different things. I'm looking at more studies, which I'm going to send a couple of emails now. The more you know, the better it gets. And it's a funny thing for me because when I'm busy, and I've spoken about this before, when I'm busy and my focus is on either the intense training that I'm doing, like yesterday, fuck, I can't move today, I'm so sore. No, lovely. But or by digging into research and things that interest me, it kind of keeps the demons at bay, if you know what I mean. It keeps the negative thoughts away. It's very easy to go down a road when you sit and do nothing. And that's where, you've heard this before, is when you get anxious, when you're depressed, when you're fighting an addiction, whatever the case is, when you're just down and negative, you have to do something, because by doing something, you start firing up your brain, and it takes some of the energy that goes to all the bad shit and it focuses on the good. It's hard. It's not easy. But it is very, very real. So I was listening to, on my way in this morning, I was listening to a podcast on dopamine and kind of the motivation system, rewards, how our brains work when you try and set goals and motivation, and why some people struggle with it. And I know, sorry, I'm busy doing, I'm fixing my smoothie. I went double on the protein in the morning. In here, so it's nice and thick. Sorry, I'm fucking around. Anyway, that's funny. So yeah, if you think of the things that you're addicted to, now some of you are sitting there thinking, no, I've got nothing. You do. We all have. And it's not even as simple as social media. It could be anything. I spoke about it in my live stream last week of how it's the simplest thing, the habits that we have often is based on addiction. And all of that comes back to the dopamine system and how your brain rewards you for it, or how you look forward to something. But I heard a very good description this morning of addiction. It's the slow and steady narrowing of things that bring you pleasure. So alcohol, for example, is over time you drink so much that it narrows down that I only get pleasure from this. It could be sex addiction, social media addiction. Everything else becomes quiet because you just need the one thing, the narrowing of things that bring you pleasure. It's an interesting one. Very, very interesting one. So I'll probably be digging into that. I've got a couple, some of my clients I'm working with have goals and motivations that we're struggling with that we're going to try and break through. And this makes a lot of sense of how your body rewards you for working towards something but not getting immediate gratification. Because immediate gratification means that you get the thing very quickly. Your motivation and dopamine levels then drop below baseline. And then the deeper that goes, the faster you want it again. Now, most goals don't work like that. Cocaine does, nicotine does, sex does. But all the other things you need to achieve, the goals, it's a hard one. Anyway, going down a rabbit hole here. I think that's about it for now. I need to get some work done, get the newsletter sorted. 2 clients this afternoon, 2 tomorrow, 1 on Friday. Off to East Africa on Saturday. Otherwise, all good. Training. I'm working on, and I'll confirm this for you later, closer to the time, on, because the places I'm going to, there's not really a gym to train, treadmills. You can't really go running. Line will fuck you up. So looking at 2 basically body weight movements that I can do, but not, this is what I'm gonna do per day. This is the amount I have to do while I'm there, and then chip away at that. Also been journaling every morning. I haven't spoken about that much. Journaling every morning and evening based on the Stoics journal. Pretty cool, but more on that later. Single line, answer that, answer in the morning, answer it in the evening. It's a lot of good food for thought. Anyway, let me go work, and I'll go faff with my smoothie now because it's quite thick, so I need to sort it out. Anyway, guys, have a good day. Don't forget to be awesome. Bye for now.